All right, Mandalay Bay, Las Vegas, I'm out of here. But before I leave, I want to go over what my stay costs. Perhaps you're interested in what it costs to stay here at Mandalay Bay, or perhaps you saw my video and all the cool stuff that I did, and you're curious about what it cost. I had a fantastic stay here, and I think I did pretty much all the cool stuff. I went to the Shark Reef exhibit, I went to the pool, which is legendary, I went to both of their sky lounges, and I had a fantastic dinner. Lots of great food and drinks, a little bit of gambling. Plus, I booked the cheapest room available here, the Resort King, which I think is one of the best entry level rooms in Las Vegas for the money. So I'm going to go over everything today. Let's get right into it. The first night I went to Skyfall. That is the Sky Lounge over in the Delano Tower. It probably has the best views in Las Vegas. The views up there are outstanding. During the day, they are excellent, and during the night, they are phenomenal. I had a couple drinks and I had a couple bites. They have food up there as well. The best thing I probably ordered all night. If you go up there, you got to order this, the burrata. The burrata was so fresh, it almost felt like it was melted. That was definitely the best thing I had. And then I had two cocktails, but I'm only seeing one on my receipt, which I'm not mad about. And then I had a shrimp cocktail, and then I had a charcuterie plate. So you can see all the prices on that. The subtotal was $87. Tax was another $7. That puts my grand subtotal at $95, with a tip included. Out the door, $112 for my night at Skyfall. So on my next day, I ordered room service, and this is something I haven't done during my entire trip. This is hotel number 8 for me. I've been in Vegas for almost 30 days. This is the first time I ordered room service, and I'm reminded why I don't order room service. I ordered two things. I ordered a Cobb salad with extra chicken and extra ranch, and then I ordered a breakfast croissant sandwich. With a $9 tip for those two items, it was $85. Yeah, definitely not worth it. And then on my second night, I wanted to go to the other Sky Lounge Foundation room so I could kind of compare the two. I definitely like Foundation room better. The views are not quite as good as what you're going to get at Skyfall, but everything else, from the decor to the ambiance to the vibe to the cocktails to the food, everything else was pretty much superior. I had a Good Karma margarita. I love that name. I also had a charcuterie plate, and then I had a cucumber zen. That is probably my favorite drink up there. I love the drink names, by the way. Good Karma margarita, cucumber zen, and then I had a Wagyu burger for $22. This thing was a steal. Now, it probably had about 1 to 2% Wagyu in it, but it was a decently sized burger for $22 at one of the coolest spots in Las Vegas. That thing is a Vegas hack for sure. And then for dessert, I had the cereal milk ice cream sampler. So my subtotal was exactly $100. Tax was another $8, and then I put about a 27% tip on top of that. Out the door, $136 for a really fun night at Foundation Room. So I did go to the market here a few times. I hate going to the markets that are located inside the casinos because they gouge you. Everything is double or triple the price. I will go over that bill here in a second. I'm not proud about that one. But halfway through my trip, I did finally get over to CVS for a CVS run. There isn't a CVS that's close, so it definitely takes an effort to get to a CVS or Walgreens from Mandalay Bay. I just stocked up on a bunch of Fiji waters, some Quest stuff, and then I also had to re-up on mouthwash. I've been here, again, for almost 30 days, and I'm running low on some supplies. So with what you see there, my total at CVS for a pretty decently sized run that definitely lasted me for this entire trip, $60.38. After my CVS run, I did something that I've never done before at Mandalay Bay. This hotel was my favorite at one point in Las Vegas. It was one of my first loves. But I never ever did the Shark Reef Aquarium. And people have talked about it. It is very well known. Many people say that you have not completely stayed at Mandalay Bay until you do the Shark Reef Aquarium. I kind of agree with that. I mean, it kind of really does cement the trip. I'm really glad I went. It was a bit of serenity and tranquility in the chaos and bedlam that is Las Vegas. You can book two types of tickets. You can book an anytime ticket where you can just show up during the day at any time, or you can book a specific time. The anytime tickets are more expensive, but I definitely like paying for the convenience. That's what I decided to do. The Shark Reef exhibit entrance for one person, $36. And then on my third night, I went to S-Bar. S-Bar is one of the newest and hottest lounges in all of Las Vegas. I think it is the newest venue here at Mandalay Bay. It is by SBE Group. SBE does all the SLS properties. Everything that SBE does is cool, upscale, modern, and trendy. This place is no exception. It kind of had like a prohibition type theme to it, but with a modern overtone. I had a very epic night here. I had a tuna poke and a steak tartare. The tuna poke was definitely better than the steak tartare. I had a charcuterie plate that will blow your mind. This is my third charcuterie plate in as many nights. I did one at Skyfall. I did one at Foundation Room. I had to do one here just so I could kind of compare all three of them. This one, hands down, was the best one. It was gorgeous. It was piled high with meat. You couldn't even see the charcuterie board. Just that thing alone will fill you up. That is another Vegas hack. If you're looking to get filled in one of the coolest spots in Las Vegas for a pretty decent price, that $32 charcuterie board is definitely a Vegas hack. Then I had a Say Less. That was probably my favorite drink of all night with that long watermelon slice and that double stacked glass. But the best thing of the night, out of any cocktail or dish, was the Calabrese flatbread. I'm typically not a fan of flatbreads. I think they're wannabe pizzas. Typically, they're light on toppings, cheese, and sauce. This was not only the best flatbread I can remember in how long, it was the best slice of pizza I've had during this trip, and I've had quite a bit of pizza during this adventure. So this receipt shows 2 cocktails and 4 dishes. Subtotal was $146. There was some service charges, some taxes on top of that. My total was $166. I threw on another 20%. Out the door, $196 for a really fantastic night at one of the newest, hottest places in Las Vegas, S-Bar. So those are my first 3 days and nights, but my 4th day and night was definitely my biggest and my baddest. I started my morning off in a high-limit slot room. I like to put $100 in a high-limit slot machine in every property that I stay at. I found a machine that spoke to me. It was a Black Diamond Platinum machine. If you know me, you know exactly why I decided to play that machine. I loved everything about the machine. I loved the way that the reels spun. I loved the sounds. I just loved the colors. Unfortunately, the only thing that I didn't love about it were the results. I didn't win a thing, but it's still one of my favorite machines of all time, a $100 loss in slots. And after that, I decided to go to the Mandalay Bay pool, which is legendary. I think it's probably the most legendary pool setup in Las Vegas. You know, it has the beach, which is literally pretty much a beach. And then it has a wave pool, so it really evokes kind of like the tropical, aquatic, ocean type theme. There are 2 standard pools. There's a lazy river. The Mandalay Bay pool is legendary for a reason. I just hung out there. It was my 4th day. I'd want to keep things nice and peaceful. I had 1 giant Mai Tai in a souvenir cup with tax that was $30.35. I threw on pretty much 20%. 1 awesome Mai Tai at the Mandalay Bay pool, $36. All right, so this one is the big dog. Up until this point, I just ate at lounges, and trust me, I really enjoyed eating at those lounges, but I wanted to do a proper dinner. And there's a place that I had not been to yet at Mandalay Bay. I've pretty much been to every restaurant here over the years, but I've never been to Kumi. And I looked at the menu ahead of time, and they had a $150 sushi roll. And that is why I wanted to go check this place out. There's no way I can go over everything. I had an epic meal, an insane meal, an indulgent meal, but an unforgettable meal. That sushi roll was definitely the best sushi roll I've ever had in my life. It had truffle, it had king crab, it had wagyu, it had foie gras, it had caviar, it had 24 karat gold. It was hand-delivered by the head chef. He introduced himself, went over everything on the roll and what made it so special, and then ended up chatting with me for a few minutes. It was an unforgettable experience. This was a $500 meal. There's no way I can go over everything. There were multiple drinks, multiple dishes. I had some otoro. I had some salmon. I had some wagyu gyoza. It was a fantastic meal. Legendary. It was $500. If you want to know all about it, make sure you check out my channel. I'm going to do a dedicated video on my crazy dinner at Kumi. Okay, this is my last receipt before I get to the room. What does the cheapest room at Mandalay Bay cost during the summer? I'm going to get to that in a second. I did go to the market a few times before I eventually made it over to CVS. You're going to go to the market here because the CVS or Walgreens are so far away. You know, I just bought some waters, and I'm in love with those cocoa taps, the coconut waters with the Mandalay Bay symbol on there. I think those are so delicious and so cool. There's some beef jerky on here. Beef jerky, definitely the snack of champions. I had 3 market visits. Together, that was $93.74. I'm definitely not proud about that one. All right, let's get to the room. This is the Resort King. This is the cheapest room available here at Mandalay Bay. It's the most popular. It's the most entry-level room. I was blown away by how well the rooms have aged, by how modern and fresh they were, how luxurious they were, and how spacious they were. I think that this is the best entry-level room for the money in Las Vegas. Absolutely. So room and tax, this is with tax included, was $152 a night. It was a flat rate, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 4 nights during the summer, weekday, $152. Grand total for 4 nights, that's $609. So $609 for room and tax, but of course that's not it. You have the resort fee, aka the extort fee. I just wish they would build these into the cost of the room. I know why they don't, and I don't like why they don't. They always keep it as a hidden fee. It is with tax, $44.22 a night. That's always a flat rate. We multiply that by 4 nights, $177 for a resort fee here for 4 nights at Mandalay Bay. So when we add up the resort fee and tax and the room and tax, I'm hit with a grand total for the rooms for 4 nights of $786. And when I divide that by 4 to get my true cost per night, $197. So it was quite the stay. I went through 3 of the best lounges. I had an epic dinner with the most unforgettable, greatest sushi roll of all time. I went to the Shark Reef Aquarium. I had a great day at the pool. I played a little bit of some slots. I booked the cheapest room available, which I absolutely loved. What was my grand total for a stay? $2,056.46. I definitely could have shaved a few $100s off this trip by maybe not going so extravagant at Kumi. I definitely could have kept it under $2,000 if I would not have ordered that $150 sushi roll. But I gotta say, that $150 sushi roll was definitely worth it. It was a lifelong memory for sure. So that is going to wrap it up for me at Mandalay Bay. This is day number 28 for me, 30 days in Vegas. I need to get out of here. I'm off to my final hotel, and I'll see you in that video.